What's up, ASL peeps? It's Gumby here, finally back again in the week 8 after you missed me last week.
What's up? Glad to have you back today.
As you just heard again with Ian, how are you doing, dude?
I'm good. Hopefully you're recording your mic this time.
You're going to give me shit for the next 5 weeks of it, right?
Nah, just this week, don't worry.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Okay, I can deal with it this week, but just this week. Anyways, coming right into the picks. On number 14, I put the Intermelodics, and even though they're not last in the standings, actually they're 11th, on 11th place at the moment. But they didn't play the match last week and forfeited the game against the Slovenians. And I just think that that's not cool. And yeah, that's why I put you in last place.
Yeah, I agree. You got to play your games. It's very important. You can't be slacking like that. But yeah, I still decided to put Cam below him because, worst record in the league. To be fair, he thought the trades hadn't taken place. He's got a much stronger team, but he didn't bring it. He played all right, I guess, but his team was just, it let him down completely once again.
Yeah.
He didn't have a single switch into knockoff. His knockoff switch on was Porygon 2, so that's what we were dealing with.
Yeah, I would assume that's not the best switch in. Like, you're kind of depending on where you live, but oh well.
Yeah.
But even though I even still didn't put him at number 13, I put the PC Barcelona. And my reasoning for that is, even though they are at the moment higher up in the standings than the Washington Wailords, and have one win more, they still have the same differential. But why I put him below the Washington Wildcats is because he lost to the San Luis Blues this week in a 3-0 loss, which isn't, I guess it's not too bad. But the problem with the loss is that it was against I guess I could say direct concurrent, but even though down there in the standings, it doesn't really matter where you are directly, but you still lost to a place which is, against a team which is down there as well. So I just felt like it would be okay to put him a little bit further down, because the Washington Wildcats lost to a rather good team, or at least a better team than the San Luis Blues, as they're down there as well.
Yeah, and honestly, Shadow had some pretty bad prep. He didn't bring dark coverage on his Pangoro versus a team with Cresselia. So
yeah, that was kind of weird.
I still decided to put the win-loss record above that in priority and put him a little bit higher than Cam and also Static because, he got the forfeit loss, which is just unacceptable, honestly. Another issue is that he gets greedy a lot with his setup. He sacked Lucario by going to +4 when he only needed +2 to do good damage to the team. And he does that every week. Last week it was Deoxys.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can somewhat see why you would want to do that. You want to secure the win or whatever, or the place with more setup. But as we see, it didn't
he just goes for it too early.
Yeah, and as we see, it didn't work out for him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be down here. But yeah, I mean, that's something you can improve on, so it's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming in at number 12, I now put the Washington Wailords, and even though they're the worst team in the league, win-loss wise, with 1-7 at the moment, with -18 differential, and even lost this week 6-0 to the Arcaniners. I just put them on 12 because of these things I mentioned earlier. I might as well could have put him at number 13. But yeah, I just figured because he lost to a bit better opponent than the PC Barcelona's lost to, that I put him at 12.
Yeah. I can definitely see him bouncing back next week, though. His new team has got a lot more offense, which is definitely more his play style. So we'll see how that goes for next week.
Yeah, who do you have at 12 and why?
As I said, I've got Shadow at 12th. It's just, his prep's a little bit questionable at times. He does sometimes bring some stuff that works, but other times just you got to ask yourself why. He I think it was a special Glalie that he brought as well because he clicked freeze try rather than return on like Cresselia. It's just he couldn't break through Cresselia even though he had the tools in his draft to do so.
Yeah,
And
especially
you gotta prep better. I think.
especially that Pangaro set was like super weird.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that matchup, I was like, oh yeah, Pangaro easily going to kill it Cresselia, but it didn't, you know.
Yeah, no, knock. And like even if dark coverage isn't good, knockoff is just such a good move. You want to bring it every time.
I know, right? Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, yep. At 11, we both have Malone.
And that's most likely because he won his match as the only team above from the bottom 4 teams down there. He won against the PC Barcelona, as I said earlier, in a nice 3-0 victory. So it was just fair to put him on 11. And you can't really justify putting him in any higher because his differential is so bad still, and the teams above him are just so much better in the differential.
He definitely played well though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Chipped down the team extremely well with the Toxic Stall and the Hazard Shuffle with Aggron. It was like it definitely made it harder for Shadow to play with how he prepped. So yeah. I don't know how well it would have worked against, let's just say, more competent or higher up coach. No offense to Shadow, love him, but you know he's got a lot to work on, and I'm not sure if that game plan would have worked quite as well against other coaches, but fit for purpose, it definitely worked.
Yeah, for sure. Coming to the number 10 spot, where we both also have the Utah Hoots, who lost their match 5-0 against the San Luis Samurats. And yeah, as I said, like in the prior weeks, you just gotta do better than 5-0, dude. Like, sorry, but like it's just, I mean, you know, it's still Brad who's like top 3 of the league. But even then, like 5-0 is always pretty rough. And also his win loss isn't too good at 3-5 with a -7 differential.
Yeah.
So really, like, it's the only place we can put him in. He's like. Like from the win-loss ratio and then differential, it's, you know, he's 10th in the league as well, like in the standings, so here we go.
Yeah, it's just, he couldn't break through Alamamola. His team was so weak to it. The only thing that he brought that could potentially deal with it was Sylveon, and, you know, there was some power hacks that ruined the chance for Sylveon to do much, but at the same time, Reuniclus wins that matchup. Typically anyway, so I think it just accelerated the game rather than actually cost him anything. He might have gotten a little bit better differential, but as soon as Sylveon died, he couldn't pick up a single kill.
Yeah, and you know, it's just, you know, I guess it's some kind of lack of prep as well, but you know,
yeah,
I think he said something like that he prepped 5 minutes or so, but I don't know if that was this week or like another week, but yeah, it's just
he does do quick prep a lot.
It's kind of sad to see that, but I mean that's why he's 10th in the standings, or like PR as well. Anyways, coming to the number 9 and I guess number 8 as well, because we swapped those positions. On 9, I have the Zagreb Zangooses with a new coach, Maran Baran, who lost his match to
Keister.
Thanks to Keister in a 1-0, pretty close match, but and like that was his old, like the old team he took over from TCP, and he changed up a bit for week 9, I think.
Yeah, he added Mega Metacham to it.
Didn't he drop Mega Metacham? I'm not too sure. No, he dropped Mew, exactly, yeah. He dropped Mew for Mega Metacham or something like that. Either way, he lost his one match with the old team he got from TG, and I put him on 9th, even though he's up over the Arcanines at the moment, but I put him over under the Arcanines simply because the Arcanines, coached by Ian, won their match 6-0 against, well, the Washington Wildcats, but, you know, you don't... Sometimes you just don't have to against at the opponent, but...
It's still a 6-0, and like even against the lower level coaches, if you're 6-0ing, then that shows that you're really playing dominatively.
Exactly.
He's turned his momentum around. He's started to pick up wins. I think he's on a 2-win streak right now.
No, one win streak actually.
Oh, it's only one.
Yeah.
Never mind. But looking at the rest of his schedule, he definitely still can quite easily manage to make a run if he plays at this caliber right now. It was just extremely well played game.
Yeah, for sure. And as I said, it was like the first match of the Zangooses now with our team. And he still lost that match, so I just felt like that it would be nice to reward Ian for his 6-0 and put him on 8 and not on 9.
He did technically... Marin is technically 0-1 right now,
Exactly.
if you want to think of it that way. But his first game was to Keister, which is considered one of the top coaches. He's been top 4 for most of the season and is now drops down. No, I think he's still 4th.
Yeah, he's back in. Yeah, he's still in 4th. Yeah.
It was really close still. Like, he was almost always on the back foot, but it still ended up really close. He had some really good prep with Jill Screen's weakness policy Zygarde, and I could see him performing well in the future, but I can't put him any higher with only one game to sample from, for sure. So yeah, I can definitely see the argument for swapping him and Ian too.
Coming into number 7, about 7 and 6 maybe, but that's the same thing again. We swapped those 2 places. So in 7 I have the Slow Bohemians, and even they are above me in the standings at the moment, and are 5-3 while I am 4-4. The Slow Bohemians came off of a forfeit win, and maybe it's a bit biased, obviously, because the Newcastle Mets is me. But just because it was a forfeit win, and we didn't actually see him play this week. I put him on 7 because even though on paper maybe the matchup against the Intermelodics seemed like kind of like a winning matchup for him. I think it would have been cool to see him actually battle him, and I mean it's not his fault obviously that he didn't battle the match.
Yeah.
But yeah, just because he came off a forfeit win, I put him below me, which is falling at 6, which you will see in just a second.
I chose to not punish him for that and put you there. Honestly, after playing you this week, I do not see how you've got such a good record. You're in the back. You're in the back seat for most of the game, and it looked like it was going to be a dominative 5-0 win, but I just felt too bad. I couldn't do it to my co-caster, so I decided to pity sack 3 Pokemon for his confidence. No, but in all seriousness, he did play well, and I just think that bringing 3 walls against such an offensive team gave up too much momentum.
Yeah,
that's probably why he lost. He's still definitely a top contender for playoffs, so don't sleep.
And in all fairness, you only sacked 2 mons because on the first turn you thought I was Scarf still, and so you in quotation marks only sacked 2 mons.
Technically, I thought all 3 turns you were Scarf because I was blind and didn't actually notice.
See that I changed move 3 times.
I didn't notice until it was Earth Power because the Flash Cannon and Ice Beam's animations are kind of similar.
That's true.
And I was pretty tired. I love that my record means that people always give me the benefit of the doubt for that. If you watch the weekly recap, Hutch just assumed that I thought you were Babiri rather than was making a mistake.
To be fair, I was Choppleberry, so I wasn't too far off. And I actually wanted to go Babiri first. But yeah, I decided against it then for the Hawlucha, but that's not the point.
Anyway, coming in at 6, you have yourself there, which is, a little bit cocky. Please explain why.
I mean, I did win, but I did win against the Slovenians 5-0, I think, week 1 or so. So
that's true.
But yeah, I on the performance of the last week, I guess I could see how, and even though he's high up in the standing as me, so definitely fair game that he could be above me. But,
yeah, I am disappointed to see that TJ didn't get to play this week. His performance this season has been really strong, especially he was on a 4-win streak right now, which has been really impressive to see. He took out Brad and TG, so he's had some really big wins.
Yeah, for sure.
So I really hope next week we get to see some more Cloister action, maybe.
Please no. Please no.
But yeah, even though he didn't play this week, I'm fairly sure he would have won, just both given the matchup and his current standing versus Static's current standing. So
Yeah.
I didn't penalize him for that at all.
He most likely would have won it, yeah. But still.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you get when you're not host on PR. You just you get sevens on PR.
Yeah. Maybe you should have volunteered for the YouTube team.
Exactly. Anyways, coming in on place number 5, we both have the Phoenix Flygons, who won the match against the Angry Playing Gooses 1-0, as I said earlier. And he pulled his little losing streak around. He was on a 3-week losing streak, I think, or so.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
But yeah, now he pulled it around, and he's back up in number 4 in standings. But the thing though, that the Portland Timbers are so good at the moment that I couldn't justify putting him at this 4th place and had to give it to the Timbers. But yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the game was quite a treat to watch. He was so effective at ensuring every single Pokemon did its job. And when the Pokemon had finished doing its job, he didn't worry about preserving it for differential. He sacked it off to make sure that he would win the game. And you saw that even though the light screen reflects gave him difficulties, he was able to get his Thundurus to do the job it needed to get rid of the Finny still, and then the Tangrowth to do the job to get rid of the Zygarde, etc. His differential is still the highest, like you said, but the main reason for that is that he got 2 6-0s early in the season, but I'd hardly say it was really a show of skill. He led with 1 Pokemon, stayed in the entire time, and had 6 kills. It's not exactly the epitome of skill. So I chose to not weigh that all that heavily, and also did choose to put Hutch above him.
Yeah, and coming to number 4 place, number 4 spot where Hutch is, he won the last week against the Hartford Wildcats, which were up until this point arguably the best team in the league. And even though it just was a 1-0 victory against TCP, it still was a 1-0 victory, which only one team was able to do before him, and that was that stupid Tier B match, which we're not talking about. But yeah, the Portland Timbers are now on a 4-week winning streak, and you just have to acknowledge that they are turning the shit around, and you just got to say that they're probably very surely are going to make playoffs of that, and I even think that they're better than the Phoenix Flygons at the moment. And just because the Phoenix Flygons, I guess, had an easier start to the league than the Timbers.
Yeah, Timbers have got a lot of momentum.
Exactly.
And easier opponents, quote unquote, than Kista does. But yeah, it's really impressive to see his prep, Scarf Archeop's lead to take out the Victini really early was really strong for him.
That was so cool to watch.
Momentum. It gave him so much momentum early game, and the way that he played the end game is not a way that most people would think to play it, and it was the reason that he won. He probably would have lost if he didn't play it like that.
Yeah,
so
pretty.
It's he's definitely a very thoughtful coach, which is why he's so high up.
Yeah, if you didn't, I guess you did see the match earlier in the weekly recap, but I would advise actually to watch Hutch's video on that match. He always uploads his matches on his YouTube channel. He does some commentary about it. I would want to say that you guys should watch that match as well, because it was a really good match.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming to number 3 now. It's the St. Louis Samurais for both of us. And it's I guess, pretty fair to put him there, fair is a stupid word to say, but he still has better differential than the teams below him in the power rankings.
Better record too. He's 6'2", exactly. The others are 5'3". So.
And he has a plus 21 differential, which is also pretty nuts if you think about it. Only getting beaten by you and the TCP. In differential wise, and win-loss. Well, actually, never mind. But that's later.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just you
Don't
can't.
get ahead of yourself.
But yeah, just you can't really put him any lower. And as we said last week, or like as we tried to say last week, which we would have said if my audio wasn't deleted. I really would like to see 100% Brad, or like 110%, however you want to call it,
Yeah.
from the bowl, like in another league. He's just so scary and so good. But
for those of you who couldn't stomach to watch a conversation with only one person, I said that last week Brad has been playing at 80% almost the entire league, but versus Ian he was playing 100%, and that's just such a treat to watch.
Exactly.
This week I would not say he was playing 100% because he didn't need to. No offense to Susie, but
and he still won 5-0, which is like
he still did what he needed to do. He had quick thinking to make sure that he could maximize his chances of winning with Reuniclus, because if we're being honest, the Calm Mind Wars often come down to the crit, who gets the crit first.
Yeah.
And by making sure to paralyze it and threaten it with Crocodile, he was able to maximize the chance of Reuniclus winning that. And he did end up winning it and then went on to 5-0.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just...
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, it just goes to show how good he is at all aspects of the game.
And now like the best part about this whole thing, if I will put EN over TCP in the power rankings, and I did.
Finally some justice.
I mean, it was only fair. Like, TCP lost his second match this week against the Timbers, as we said earlier. And even though he still has the best differential at plus 25, and you're, quote-unquote, only on plus 24.
Yeah, my differential's pretty garbage. Sure, I'll admit that.
I mean, I wouldn't say that plus 24 is garbage. Like, that's an average of 3-0 per match, which definitely isn't garbage. Like, if it was like, I don't know, plus 8 or some shit, then it would be garbage. But
plus, yeah, that'd be terrible. But...
I mean, I guess it could be plus 0. Like, you're winning every match on like 0-0, which would be absolutely hilarious, actually.
Definitely, for sure.
But yeah, like, TCP now lost 2 matches, and EN still is undefeated going this season. And
I would definitely give props to TCP still. Like, he started off with such bad momentum. He lost Victini turn 1. He was forced to sack Skarmory because of a flinch. And even though he was basically 4-6, he still brought it out to be a 1-0 loss. And with only Hydreigon at 22%, like, it was still extremely close. And like, it really shows that his high differential isn't just some fluke of him getting lucky with the right set happening to work out. It's because he like plays it well.
Exactly. And I mean,
I still give myself first, obviously.
and at this point in time, you have to say that it's deserved to put yourself in that spot, even like
with a 2-game lead.
Exactly. And you
hard to argue against.
You even won against the best coach in the league, which is me, obviously.
Yes. The most disappointing. I'm still disappointed that I didn't get the Raichu sweep in the end. You just had to run the bulky Kyurem. Because if you were Scarf like I thought you were, then the Ice Shard into Psychic would have killed you, and then I would have swept the Raichu. But I guess instead I had to feed Cartano another 4 kills.
Oh no. Oh no.
Disappointing, I know. I know everyone wanted to see the Raichu sweep, but mean old Gumby wouldn't let me.
And yeah, Katana now is 19-3, which is absolute bonkers, but
that's now tied with the other best Pokemon in a single season, which was Detective Butter's Crocodile, which also got 19 kills, and we still have 5 weeks to go, to get one more kill and take the lead.
I think it's going to be hard, actually. Like, I don't think you can make it.
I do agree. It's entirely possible that I don't, given my next opponents. But hopefully we can clinch 1 kill with Kartana to get an ASL first in cracking the 20 kill margin.
Actually, I kind of want to do that with X-Rill as well this season, and I think it's pretty possible. Like I need 6 more kills with X-Rill, and
yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna be pretty mad if Kartana ends up getting overtaken in the end. That'll really upset me.
I mean, like I don't want to downplay my next opponents, but like I still face Static, Shadow, and the Washington Wizards cam. So just putting that out there, you know. Just putting that out there.
So rude. I also fight Washington Wailords to go, so I do think Kartana will be able to get at least 1 kill in that game, if nowhere else. So let's just hope that Gumby doesn't take me over there.
I mean, Infernip also serves in the race with like 12 kills, and Cloyster, like Cloyster, 3 matches, 11 kills.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Everything could happen, basically.
A 6-0 and a 5-0 sweep. It's just pretty crazy. So if he just decides to bring Cloyster the next 5 games and does the exact same thing, then all of a sudden he's like got like 30-0 kill on.
But yeah, we're digressing, or what's they call it? I don't know. But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's the right word.
That's not really PR, but you know. It's just
we finished the PR. They can listen to our conversation afterwards.
No, it's like Conversation Street. I don't know, whatever. I just saw that name from the Grand Tour, but nobody cares. But yeah,
everyone's watched the video by now. Don't worry.
Probably.
They saw what they wanted to see.
If you're still listening, guys, type like, I don't know, Gumby is the best in the comments. Okay, maybe.
Type no righteous sweep sad face.
Okay, yeah. Type no righteous sweep sad face in the comments if you're still listening. We would appreciate it for sure. And but yeah, that's the PR and some gibberish for week 8. We'll hopefully see you back next week for week 9 of the PR. And thanks again, Ian, obviously, for doing this stuff with me.
Yeah, no problem. I definitely, it's hard to stomach you sometimes, but I get through it.
I take that as a compliment, but just sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, guys, see you guys next week. And until then, bye-bye.
Bye.